Hello, I got a beer from Kettlehead Brewing Company. Stopped by there on my little trip to Vermont last week, and the agent is like their flagship IPA, which I actually had over 2 years ago, right after the brewery opened. I went there like 10 days after they opened and then never heard about it, just randomly went there. And their beers were pretty good. They had promise. Then I went back and the beer seemed to have gotten better. They had a bunch of other IPAs, double IPAs, haze things, but I thought this one was the only one that was really impressive. So I bought a 4-pack. So it seems like they've kind of figured out how to brew the agent. The agent is usually double dry hopped with Citra. This is the Galaxy version. First time they've ever done it. When I had it 2 years ago, Citra, it wasn't perfect. It was pretty good. It was kind of darker. I'm wondering if that was from like packaging or oxidation or anything like that. But this one looked really good, and let's just do it. So as you can see, yeah, super pale. I'm not really sure exactly if there are other hops besides Galaxy in it. Like maybe they use some early hopping of something like, Columbus or Amarillo, and then they just do the dry hopping with Galaxy. I don't know. So this beer is 7%. It was canned a little over a week ago, and it is quite hazy. And the head even looks pretty good. Looks like your standard extra murky New England IPA. And definitely a very big aroma. And it isn't, it's really big on the green Galaxy, unripe tropical fruits and, almost menthol-y green quality. I used to call it eucalyptus, but then I got some eucalyptus leaves and I'm like, this doesn't quite smell right. It's more of like it's not minty, but it's like menthol is the best way to describe it. I first heard British dude, the YouTube beer reviewer guy, real ale craft beer. He used the term menthol, and I like that. And there's definitely a lot of grapefruit. Really big on the grapefruit. Probably even more than the tropical fruit because it doesn't smell really sweet and juicy. It smells like it's going to have a good amount of bitterness. And maybe a hint of booze, but nothing strong and off-putting. And not really any toastiness or malt. Has that nice hoppy pop at first. And it eventually gets kind of sweeter than I thought it would be in the finish. It's like a strawberry flavor. Interesting. It's a unique beer. It's not exactly what I would think from a Galaxy Double Dry Hop. Like the aroma's definitely, but as you dive into the beer, it's a little bit mellower. Even though it does have that initial like, ooh, Galaxy. You're not going to be disappointed. There are a lot of these double dry hopped beers out there that are not, they don't have the explosion that people want. This has got that. And there's not really much hop burn. There's a little bit of a chalky, powdery thing that helps to dry out some of that berry-like sweetness in the finish. Pretty good mouthfeel. For 7%, it could be a little bit more. Now I'm getting a slight burn in the throat, but the chalkiness is not taking away from the nice hop character and the fruitiness. When I feel like the brewers have gone overboard with the hops is when it's just like too chalky. You don't really notice on anything else. And it gets like sulfury almost, or too minerally. This doesn't have that problem. It seems to finish pretty clean. I wonder if the berry notes are kind of coming from the yeast a little bit. But if you want a double dry hop Galaxy IPA, this will probably make you happy. It isn't perfectly refined. But it doesn't have a lot of the problems that a lot of newer brewers trying to do this stuff run into. But if I lived in the area where this is made, I could see it being, you know, one of the a great thing to have nearby, easy to pick up. And the head's coming back too when you swirl it, but it's not overcarbed, I don't think. One hint that the carbonation is kind of soda-like and not great is if you put your ear to it and you hear it popping like soda. This isn't doing that. Seems like they've really figured things out. And now there's some real hop bitterness coming in. And I don't know, there isn't much of a hop burn. It isn't building up. It's still pretty palatable. It actually reminds me a lot of another New Hampshire brewer's Galaxy IPA, Resilience. They're, what's it called? Not Pompadour. Not Pony Hawk. It's the other one that you see more often. All their IPAs are named after hairdos. Why can't I think of this name? I just saw it today. Maybe it'd be cool to do a side-by-side review. But Resilience is Schilling Brewery's like American brewing arm that does IPAs and milk stouts. And Comb Over, that's their one that I think is pretty darn similar to this. Except this you can only get around Tilton, New Hampshire at the brewery. Maybe some places carry it. But Resilience has been shipping stuff all over New England. Not regularly, but every once in a while. So with this, I mean, it's fun, but it isn't like, it's not a beer that is enthralling me throughout the whole glass. I kind of get the idea. So I'd probably give it a 4+ or something like that. Guess that's it. Bye.